Hey everybody, it's Dick here. Here is part 2 of my visit to the MCN Motorcycle Show in London. If you haven't already, please see my previous 2 videos of my ride in and my visit to the show to catch up with what's already transpired. The next stall that I encountered was the overcrowded Triumph paddock. Triumph was catering to type at this London show, it seemed. I have a hate-love relationship with Triumph. Like most people, I am drawn to most of their design language, and they tug at my penchant for nostalgia. But their spotty reliability record, fair weather partnerships, and marketing decisions, combined with their obscenely overpriced products and services, fly in the face of my personal motorcycling philosophy. I am only a Triumph owner due to the fact that I got a deal on one, saving nearly £3,000 off of sticker because the company decided to discontinue one of their no longer trendy models. At £3,000 off of sticker, the bike was not a deal actually. It was appropriately priced for the product they provided. With nearly all of their models north of 10 grand and a fair number north of 20, Triumph has finally achieved their aspirations of being a premium brand. Premium in quotes. I was in a blind marketing panel about 10 years back, and the questions all circled the drain around premium brand motorcycles, Harley and BMW being the talk of the town. We found out at the end the panel was for Triumph, pulling at the skirt strings of the premium mark moniker. It's an age-old play, charge higher prices to exude value. Triumph, thankfully, has seemed to reinvest their hefty profits back into development, allowing them to produce even more expensive models, ever inflating their prestige as a brand. I came to see one bike at the Triumph stall, as the other newer models like the 1200 Explorer and the Speed Triple 1200 RR were well out of my price range and scope of interest. I circumnavigated the entire marquee to the very spot I entered to find the bike I was looking for. And off the bat, that should say something. The Tiger Sport 660 was invisible among the other fared ADV-esque sport tourers dotted around the place. I actually didn't think I found it until I got close enough to see the engine. That's how boring and nondescript the front fairing and general styling is. For as much time and energy that Triumph puts into their Heritage and Triple ranges, it seems they outsource the front fairing design to Kawasaki. As it is always alleged, the press has been duly paid off by Triumph to gush over how this is the best mid-weight sport tourer on offer, and having yet to ride it, I will reserve judgment, but this is my wheelhouse, and I will say it is certainly the most nondescript and forgettable looking one on offer. It is built on the Trident platform, and with only a half an inch longer wheelbase, I'm concerned about its stability as a tourer. I don't want Triumph to make the same mistake that Yamaha made with its Tracer 900, making a sporty sport tourer into something of a tractor trailer, but surely half an inch doesn't make all that much of a difference. Insert dick jokes here. It is £1,500 more than the Trident, £1,500 more than the excellent Yamaha Tracer 700, and just shy of £2,000 more than the CB500X, to which I am perpetually endeared. It weighs 15 to 25 kilograms more than all of them. Defenders will point to the Triumph build quality and the existence of onboard software and tech like a rain mode and traction control. This technology is absent from the Honda and the Yamaha, and it shows in the price. But as the Triumph technology is trickled down from its more expensive products, surely we don't need to be paying the premium of £1,500 to £2,000 for the benefit of these upgrades. I hear a lot of bullshit about the bike having the right badge. What is this malarkey? Triumph has fought hard and has paid a lot of money to convince us that its badge is the right one. But a badge does not make a good bike, and there are some rats in the stable. I came across their EC1 Street Twin, which is a perfect example of their fair weather trend marketing. In days past, Triumph was the bike of choice for the East London hipster elite. Somewhere along the way, it seems, the strategic relationships between the hipsters and Triumph were replaced by Ducati and now Royal Enfield. To keep a hook in the fat fish of hipster wallets, the EC1 was painted, a standard street twin with a limited edition paint scheme, celebrating the postcode covering parts of Hackney, Clerkenwell, Farringdon, Islington, Camden, Tower Hamlets, and of course, Shoreditch. Famously known for being one of London's most emerging postcodes since the 1960s. For those of you unfamiliar with EC1, think of it as the Brooklyn of London, an industrial and traditionally low-income community displaced by gentrification, affluent, transient tenancies, and exponentially high property values, displacing what it was that made the communities gritty, dangerous, and interesting. With its crown jewel, a limited edition painted Triumph, a company that has no link to the area beyond that they are both the byproducts of contemporary property developers. I like the bikes, mostly. I've liked most of the people I've dealt with at Triumph. But for heaven's sake, why do they keep rolling out Steve McQueen? I don't care that Steve McQueen rode a Triumph. And surely there are more interesting or as interesting people since then who have ridden them. You actually repulse me with how hard you are trying to brand yourself. I know Breitling watches have nothing to do with Triumph motorcycles. I don't care about a trendy postcode in East London. Make a good product, price it fairly, and we will buy it. Make a new, authentic history for yourself so that we can look back on this time and feel nostalgic for what is special about now. Unless, of course, you are like me and realize that we've collectively f***ed up our now and need the comfort of nostalgia. I'd argue that this Triumph nostalgia started a tad before us f***ing it all up. Anyway, I digress. On to the Ducati stand. If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.